Hi everyone, right, I hope you can actually see what I'm doing, because I'm now going to start on this body. So what I've done is I've already glued in the stick that I'm using to the base. I've got all my bits around me that I'm going to be using. I'm now going to do black on white instead of white on black. I've put the hole in the bottom, which is, I've centred it. All I need to do now is to add quite a bit of glue around it, as well as so much inside the entrance of that hole, and then I'm just going to stick the, when I can find the whole blooming thing, there we go, like that. And I'm pushing it so far in because I do want it quite tall, and just let that set for now, but then I'm going to put some more glue underneath, so I'll be back in a minute. Now, just for added extra support underneath, I've cut myself a disc. You cut it down to the middle, you fold it in half, and then you do little snippets along the edges like that. Open it up and do your last one on the crease. And what that does is, when you pop that around the base of the body form, I'm just going to show you if I can. Right. Oopsie daisy. What you do is you pop that onto the base, and this bit will glue onto the stem while that glues onto the body. So all you do now is just attach that around there using a little bit of glue and some more on the stem, and then just ease that back up really quick like that, and then that, oops, when it's dry, because it's still wet is my glue, but then it holds the body for you. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that that's straight, give that chance to go off, and go on to the next bit. Right, now this is set, what I'm going to be doing is painting the top of it. Painting the whole lot, and this is going to be black on white, remember. So I've now got my black acrylic paint. Oops, no, I shook it and I've took the lid off. Well, that's me, you know what I'm like. Just getting the paintbrush that I need. Okay. And you just paint the whole thing black. Now I'll come back when I've done this. As you can see, I've now painted the whole bodice black, the stem and the base. And I've not done around the edges because otherwise the card may not stick, so I'm going to leave that as is, because I am going to be putting a card around it. Now what I'm going to do is just leave that to dry and then move on to the next stage. Right, what I've done now, I've attached the underskirt, which is the black lace one, and attached to the bottom of that the lace, the white lace, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous, does that? So that's what we've got up to now, and I'm just attaching the beads. So I'll just lift this up so you can see what I'm doing. It's at an odd angle, I'm sorry, but I can't help that. So I've done the first lot of beads, and I'm just about to do the second lot. What I do is I just put a little speck where I want it, get the back of the bead, whatever it is, there it is, hook that over, and then just hold the bead in place, and then just measure that up for the next bit, which is on the other side, like that. And you've got that. Now what I'm going to do next is to pop the head bit on, because I haven't done that up to now. Putting quite a bit of glue on there, and then stick the bead to the back of that. Okay. Oh, and then what I'm going to do, stick the back of the bead first, onto there. All you do is just put a little bit of glue at the back and then just drop the bead onto it like that. Like that. And then the same again with the back, with the smallest bead. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue in the neckline and add that. And because this is quite stiff, this thin bead, what I'm going to do is just pop a little bit more glue. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just a little bit of glue above the beads there, which will help bring that down like that on that side. I hope you can see this. And then again, lift the bead up, pop a little bit more glue just above the second row of beads, and pop that in there. And then when you bring it round to the front, you need to pull on that, and you just glue that one into the breastbone. Like that. And be careful you don't burn yourself, because it's quite easily done. And just hold that in place. That's all I'm doing, is just holding that in place. Never mind all the stringy bits, you can pull all them off later. They do get in the way, they're a pain. But I do love this glue gun, thank you very much. I absolutely do love it, because it's right fine nib and you can get into all the nooks and crannies you want. Never mind if you get any glue on there, and if it happens to peel a bit of paint off, go back and paint it black, that's fine. I always take off the excess glue. Like that. And there, you've got that so far. Okay? I know the pearl strings aren't really that straight, but never mind about that. Now, what I've got to do next is I'm going to put the little plate in the breastbone there. And I haven't covered this with the glitter, because I think what's going on it. Right, what I've done now, I'm sorry, but some of this isn't loading, so I'm having to do the best I can. Right, what I've done is I've painted the whole thing black, and then I've added the lace trim, which I'll just show you, which is the black underneath, which is what I wanted to do, and then I added this skirt piece on as well, and it's absolutely stunning, stunning lace. And then what I've done, I'm just starting now. I've already started with the I've made the necklaces out of the pearl string, and then I've done 3 lots, and then I've done one of these little tiny, if I can just show you, do you remember the wooden butterflies? I got them little tiny ones, so I've done one of those with the black soot distress ink. I've then glittered it with this 3D glitter gel, and I think you can see it, I'm not sure. You should be able to see that. And then on top of that, I've added a button, a vintage button that was sent to me yesterday by Cynthia Luhu, and I do like that. I think it's really, really pretty. And what I'm going to do now is finish off the trimming. I also need to do this top piece as well. Well, I don't know, I could leave it white or decorate it, but I'm going to paint it black, so I'll be back in a minute when I've done that. That's the head bit that I'm going to do. Right, now as you can see, I've painted this black. Now, I run out of the, you know, the little polystyrene balls, but what I did have was a polystyrene egg, and all I did with that was to chop off the pointed bit to make it flat, and I've glued that onto there, so you can still use that as a stick pin holder if you wanted to. And so far that's what we've got now, so I'm just going to give you a quick overview of that. I'll turn this round to show you. So what I'm going to do now is to move on and do this, which is the border to go around the edge. And what I've done is I've cut a long strip of the heart shape border. And I'm now going to colour that and attach that. Right, I've got this done so far, and I do like it that it's like a black and grey colour. So what I'm now going to do is attach this to the base and for that I need room. Okay, but I'm going to attach it from the middle at the front first. Let me just make sure that I've got a little bit of white showing there, but get that done. So all I do is pop a little bit of glue on the front of this to start me off. Okay, and you have to make sure you've got room and press everything firm in. I've just got a bit of dry glue there, and then you need to turn this on its side like that and work your way around slowly, because you don't want it to go over the edge, otherwise it won't stand properly. Now I've got that going, I'm going to have to put mine down and do it, and I need to pull that board forward so it's completely level, and get myself another glue stick. Okay, move these bits out of the way. Woo, popped out. Hang on a minute, 'cause this glue stick isn't quite going in as it should. That should do. I'll just do that. Doesn't matter if it goes over the edge a bit. Make sure you press it firmly and it's fitting all the way around. So just swing that round with it. Well, you probably have more room than I have, but I'm working in a very tight space. Oops. And just work your way around. Pressing it nice and firm, making sure that sticks on the you know, it's level at the bottom as well. I'm just going to swing mine round again. I hope you can see what I'm doing. That's all you do, is just attach it like that. It actually makes them look really, really pretty with these borders on. I'm trying to keep it in view. And what I was going to say was this was just a piece of MDF cut into a circle and hole drilled partly down the middle, and then that was just like just from B&Q, these sticks, like a piece of doweling. And I've just left that long enough to overlap at the back. It doesn't matter about this because you're not going to see that bit, but just to secure that down like that. Unfortunately the circle was a little bit too big, but it does look good because you can use it as storing things, like I said, my friend will probably put a nail polish in theirs or whatever she wants to put in it. Now I did colour both inside and out on this one with it being a black base. The white one was fine, you didn't need to do the inside. So I'm just going to lift that up and see if you can see that. 10 seconds to go. Just show you that. Right, what I'm doing now, I'm just adding a little bit of trim to this. I'll just show you the front. To this, I just like it the way that little bit of white shows above the black. So it's just a little bit of gathered trim. I've already started it because I thought I was filming and I wasn't, so I'm really sorry. So I'll just do that. I'm going to attach this bit at the back. And then just snip that bit off. Add a little bit of glue and glue that down. Okay. And I just think that looks really pretty with that on. Never mind all the glue bits, you can take all them off later. So I'm just going to show you what we've done so far. I've put the trim on the bottom. I've not finished trimming that up at all, but I have some trim left from this, from the waist, that I'm now going to trim the bottom bit with. So I do need to have that kind of supported like that. And where have I put the trim? There we are. So I'm just going to start and put a little bit of glue on the bottom. But what I'm going to do is turn this trim upside down. Like that. And hold that in. And I'll have to work on that slowly, going all the way around. And to make sure I've got that level. Oops, doesn't matter if you bend that. And I'll come back. Again, just keep going round and round. So I hope you're seeing this. I just thought I'd set the bottom bit off really nice. And I'm quite enjoying doing these. I'm going to go back to the front again and make sure I can fill this in. And like I say, I do love this glue gun. It is fabulous. So it gets in all the little areas and fine areas of detailed work that you need to do. It does it also. And it's more controllable when you've got a point to work with rather than a chubby little end. There we go. Just enough of this material, this lace. Hold back. I hope there's enough. Ha! I'm in trouble if there ain't. There we go. Just enough. I'm just going to attach that a little bit at the back there. And I do think that sets that off pretty nice. Now what we're going to be doing next, I'll just put that to one side. Oh, I'll put the head bit on. Now that's dry. We'll put the head bit on. Now I've got this little bit of trim, so I'm just going to lift the camera up a little bit. I've only got a couple of minutes to do this. Got this bit of trim, and all I'm going to do is attach it around the head. But before I do that, I'm just going to pop the feathers on, which is slightly to the back. Oops, stay on. Hey, don't want to stay. Where's my other feather? I'm going to put 2 in here. Like that. Oops, keep on, keep on. Oh, bum. Bum, bum. I'm trying to film it, see if I'd turn it round and do it, but I want to see how it's going to lay on the head bit. And all I'm going to do then is attach this bit of trim around there, so I'll just cut enough off that I need. Right, I've got 1 minute 47 to do this bit. So, all I'm going to do, glue the trim first itself. Like that. Turn it around. And I've probably just got time to do this. Like I say, just glue the trim. I'm going to cut that little bit off. Stick that down. And then just glue that bit there. And cut that. And hold that on. Let's turn it round. Let's have another look. Yeah, it looks brill. Like that. Coming on really nice. Not sure if you can see that properly. See if you can hold it up. That's great, isn't it? So I'm quite pleased with that up to now. Love it now I've got this little bit of trim on. And now I'm going to finish off decorating it and everything.